The round of 32 didn't just eliminate half of the teams in this World Cup, it completely changed the tournament. Every remaining nation now knows exactly what stands between them and a place in the World Cup final. For some, the bracket couldn't have opened up any better. For others, every single match from here could feel like a final before the final. But before we begin, let's clear up one thing. This video isn't saying that any opponent is easy. Football has already shown us why it's the most unpredictable sport in the world. Paraguay eliminated Germany. Morocco knocked out the Netherlands. Cabo Verde even held Spain to a draw in the group stage. On any given day, an underdog can shock the world. However, when we're comparing different paths, we have to look at probability rather than possibility. Squad quality, recent form, tactical matchups, experience, all help us understand which road looks tougher on paper. Upsets happen, but they're still the exception, not the rule. So today, we're going to compare the remaining contenders and answer one simple question. Who has been handed the easiest road to the World Cup final? And who faces the toughest challenge of them all? The knockout stage isn't just about playing better football anymore, it's about surviving the road in front of you. Every World Cup creates two very different journeys. One team might have to beat 3 of the tournament's strongest contenders just to reach the final, while another could avoid almost every major favorite until the very last match. That's why the bracket matters so much. It doesn't guarantee success, but it can completely change a team's chances. A favorable draw gives you more room for mistakes, more confidence, and a better opportunity to build momentum as the tournament goes on. On the other hand, one difficult opponent after another can drain even the strongest squad before they ever reach the final. History has shown us that the road to the trophy is rarely equal. Some champions have had to overcome football's biggest giants, while others benefited from a draw that opened up at exactly the right time. And after the round of 32, this World Cup has created 2 completely different stories. One legend appears to have been handed the easier road, while the other now faces what looks like the toughest challenge of all.
So after comparing every remaining contender, one team clearly stands out with the most favorable route to the World Cup final. That doesn't mean they'll get there easily. It simply means that, compared to everyone else, they've avoided the toughest side of the bracket. And that team is Argentina.
After Cabo Verde, Argentina's path continues to look favorable. If they advance, they'll most likely face either Australia or Egypt in the quarterfinals. Neither opponent should be underestimated, but based on everything we've already discussed, Argentina would still be expected to progress. Finals could then bring Colombia or Algeria. Both are capable of causing problems, but once again, Argentina would probably start the match as the favorite. The semifinals, does the road become significantly tougher, with a potential meeting against Brazil or England. That means, on paper, Argentina could avoid facing one of the tournament's biggest favorites until the very last game. And that's exactly why Lionel Messi appears to have been handed the most favorable path to the World Cup final. While Argentina appears to have been handed one of the more favorable routes to the final, Portugal's path is opposite. Portugal begin against Croatia, who finished second in their group behind England. While Croatia may not have topped the group, they're still one of the most experienced knockout teams in world football, making this a dangerous opening test, and the road only becomes tougher. Next comes Spain, who finished first in their group. After that, a potential quarterfinal against Belgium, another group winner, then a possible semifinal against France, who also topped their group. And if Portugal somehow survive all of those challenges, they could find a World Cup final against Brazil, England, or even Argentina. That's the biggest difference between these two sides of the bracket. Messi's toughest challenges are pushed further down the road, giving Argentina more opportunities to build momentum. Portugal, on the other hand, have almost no room for error. From the round of 16 onward, every match feels like a final before the final.